The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning and happy Monday to everyone. I want to thank you for joining our webinar today. My name is Tony Butler. I'm the Life Sales Director here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. And today's webinar, we're going to talk about North American Smart Money. Our internal AJ Staffsling, who's with North American, is going to go over the material. But before we get started, just want to talk about a few IAMS things for you. So first and foremost, as insurance agents, you know referrals are very important to your business, and referrals are important to our business as well. So what we like to do is reward you as an agent if you refer an agent to us and they were to get contracted with one of the carriers that we work with. If you do that and they get contracted, we do provide you with the $50 referral bonus. Any business that they write subsequently with those carriers that they get appointed with, you do get 20 basis points on that business that they submit. If you have any questions regarding our referral bonus program, please feel free to give me a call. Next, we also have new producer builders. The new producer builder is an incentive for those of you agents that have gotten appointed within the first 180 days of submitting business. We like to reward you for the business that you submit. So any of these three categories you can earn a bonus on, and this is going to be in paid premium. So for $100,000, you can get a $750 cash bonus, a 2-year producer website, or an iPad. If you want to bypass that level and shoot for the $300,000 level, you can get a Social Security program with a 3,000 piece mailing, $2,000 in marketing reimbursement dollars, or a $1,500 gift card. Now, if you think you're going to write quite a bit of business and you want to shoot for the $500,000 level, we have two different mailing piece offerings for you. We have the 5,000 piece mailing and seminar coaching with Matt Gill, who is one of our top producers, or you can get the 4,000 piece mailing and seminar coaching with Dave Pemper, who is also one of our top producers. If you'd like to just treat yourself for a little vacation, you can choose the Ritz-Carlton travel package. Again, for additional information, please feel free to give me a call. Here at IAMS, we also offer back office support for you. What we like to do is help you work smarter, not harder. So what we like to do is provide you with tools that help you be successful. We have business building tools and resources. We help you with case designs. We do have forms at your fingertips on our website. We do have top sales expertise coaching. And a big one that I'd like to mention is paperless contracting. If you've ever submitted contracting paperwork for a carrier, you know that that can be kind of a painstaking ordeal because there's a lot of paperwork that's involved there. What we allow you to do is once you do get contracted with the carrier, we do offer paperless contracting. So any subsequent carriers you'd like to get appointed with, we can submit that appointment for you at your request. Now, we also have a creative marketing solutions team. That team is made up of Jacob, Aaron, and Sean. They do an outstanding job of helping you with turnkey solutions for newsletters, postcards, agency solutions as far as logo designs. If you're looking to design a logo or redesign your existing logo, they can help you with business cards and brochures. And if you're trying to get in the digital marketing area, they can help you with online marketing projects, such as helping you with a personal website, digital marketing strategies, social media consulting. So if you have any questions regarding this, please feel free to reach out to Jacob, Sean, or Aaron. They'd be more than happy to help you. Now here at IAMS, we also offer a 24/7 website. Our website has excellent sales tools for you life agents. If you're looking to run quotes, you do have the ability to run not only term quotes, but guaranteed universal life quotes. You can access carrier forms online. We do have some industry links for you agents that are annuity agents. We do have an annuity grid, long-term care agents. We do have a long-term care product grid as well. And that website is www.iamsinc.com. If you have any questions regarding the website or would like assistance in navigating through the website, I'd be more than happy to help you with that. Again, please feel free to give me a call. We also offer a retirement analyzer. Now, we do offer this at a 30-day trial basis for you, and it can help you with things such as, can I continue? I should say it help you answer questions with your clients, such as, can I continue my present standard of living into my retirement years? When can I retire without running out of money? How would it affect my family if I were to die prematurely? Marcus Solar, who is our annuity sales director, is the subject matter expert on our retirement analyzer. So if you have questions in regards to this, please feel free to give Marcus a call. After the 30-day trial basis, you can get this for free if you are producing at least $250,000 in annuity production or $250,000 in single premium life production. Again, Marcus would be more than happy to provide you with some additional information, answer additional questions for you. We also have an IAMS wealth management team. Our wealth management team consists of Mike, Joan, and Charles Jr., and they can help you as an agent increase your revenue, improve client retention, and strengthen client relationships. They've been in existence for about 2.5 years, and they do an excellent job at helping you with this. So if you have questions regarding our wealth management team, please talk to either Mike, Charles Jr., or Joan. We also have Life and Annuity Academy. This Life and Annuity Academy is presented by IAMS. We sometimes co-present with carriers. We pay for your travel, we pay for your lodging, we pay for your food. And what this Life and Annuity Academy is, it's a 2-day training, which includes some things like sales ideas and strategies. We do talk about sales software tools, large life case marketing, business insurance concepts. So what we like to do is provide you, the agent, with sales ideas and concepts to help you grow your business. We try to do this once a quarter. We've got one coming up here in September. It's the 18th through the 20th. It's going to be in Des Moines, Iowa. It is going to be co-presented with Athene. So if you are an Athene appointed agent, and would be interested in attending the webinar or would like to get appointed with Athene, please give us a call. If you're interested in our Life and Annuity Academies, whether it be the one in September or future academies, I have a polling question I have here that if you could respond to. Let me go ahead and launch that. And I will make sure to get additional information out to you. I'll leave this up for a couple more seconds. See, some people are still responding. Okay, we'll go ahead and close that out. Okay, so with that, I'm going to turn this over to AJ. AJ, you there?
I'm here, Tony.
Okay, let me go ahead and there we go.
All right, just bear with me here. Okay, can you see my full screen saying delivering the difference?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. Well, I really appreciate the time this morning, everybody jumping on this call. I know your time is very valuable, so again, really appreciate that. If you deal with IAMS, obviously you're in very good hands. They're a valued partner here at North American. Really excited to talk today about a very unique concept that we have here at North American. As far as I know, it is the only game in town when it comes to this sort of sales concept. So you definitely want to pay attention and take notes. And if you have any questions afterwards, we can possibly address those. So first thing is, what we're talking about today, it's the smart money sale. It's using life insurance for death benefit protection and financial protection, okay? And I have to show this. It's our disclosures page before we get into it. I'm not going to read through it. If you do want to get a copy of it, feel free to call our sales support line. But in my 4.5 years of being here, I have never had anybody call in to get this. So if you want to, feel free to call though. So we're going to jump right into it. So I want to start by describing a conversation that many of you have probably had while you're working in the insurance and then the financial industry as well. You're sitting down with that client, you're doing that financial review or a needs analysis. You come across that financial vehicle that has quite a bit of money in it. You probably ask that simple question. So what is this money for? And the client responds with, well, nothing. I don't plan on using that unless I have to. I'll probably just leave it for my heirs. Now, I'm sure there's quite a few of you who are on this call that have had that conversation. Now, the sad thing is that when that conversation occurs in this industry, a lot of the agents and advisors just continue on with the review without knowing that there's some sort of sales concept available that can provide more for their heirs that's generally tax-free and then better cash value growth potential as well. And you're able to maintain access to the funds. So as you, an advisor or agent, if you could provide such a solution for your clients, would they be interested? The answer is definitely going to be yes. So what we're going to discuss today is that possible solution. It's the smart money sale and how that concept can provide your clients a death benefit protection and financial protection as well. So here's the quick agenda. What do we mean by smart money? What are the client's objectives with regard to smart money? How can life insurance be potential solutions for some clients? And then I'll just wrap it up with some tips and some talking points as well. All right. So what do we mean by the term smart money? Really what it is, it's funds that clients want to retain access to with limited exposure to loss of value or premium. And then these funds, they're the ones that the clients want to have some control over in case of some sort of event or emergency if they actually need it. So here are some examples of what we call smart money. Annuities, money markets, savings accounts, those are all assets that are going to be accessible with some sort of limited exposure to loss. Now, of course, we all know there might be some sort of penalties or charges if you access them early, but that going into it, and so do the clients as well. So these are assets, they might be immediately recognizable for this life insurance sales concept. Now, one more potential asset that could be used for something like this could be some sort of recent windfall or some sort of inheritance. Now, a lot of the times these funds are just sitting in some sort of smart money vehicle, waiting to be placed into something more suitable for that given financial situation. But the clients have never seen anything like this. They've never been presented anything like this before as well. So what do the clients typically want that smart money of theirs to do? Well, a lot of the times that money, it's not needed for current income. Ultimately, it's going to be going to the beneficiaries, the client's heirs. So that first objective is, hey, let's maximize the benefit for those heirs, but we're going to retain control should the client need access to the money. And then while you're helping to maximize the benefit for the heirs, the clients want that financial protection during the working years, but you're going to be leveraging assets into a larger estate for later years. So since this is the smart money, that second objective is retaining access to the funds, whether for some sort of emergency or unexpected need. It's going to be, could be for something that happens in the future. You have that peace of mind to know that, hey, at some point I can access my money. And then that third objective would be competitive return. Now, when we talk about competitive returns, that could be identified by the return of some sort of eventual benefit for the heirs or the performance potential of the accessible cash value, or even both. Now, competitive returns need to be measured in context of those other smart money vehicles that I previously mentioned, whether it's the CD, the money market, or the annuities also. So now we'll talk about this life insurance solution. How can life insurance accomplish these client objectives? Now, we all know the main aspect of life insurance is death benefit, right? Now, another option for the client's smart money funds could be that product that North American has. It's the Rapid Builder IUL. It can provide a non-guaranteed death benefit for the client's heirs. Now, that's going to generate a death benefit protection for family during working years, and then that estate building benefit for heirs during retirement years, like I talked about earlier. Now, again, another objective of the client was access to the cash value. Because the Rapid Builder has no premium load and has a waiver of surrender charge option, that product has great access to early cash surrender value. Now, also, if you run it at CVAT, the cash value accumulation test, you can keep that death benefit relatively low to the premium that goes in. What that's going to do, it's going to help control the COIs, the cost of insurance charges, so the cash value looks all that much more better in the early years. Now, another thing too with North American, we do have accelerated benefits that are built in, the chronic, critical, and terminal illness, okay? So depending on the health of the client and stuff like that, they can qualify for those too. Now again, of course, the long-term performance was one of the objectives of the client. So with the interest rate bonus that we have in the Rapid Builder, it just really helps that more, it helps push that potential cash value growth up even further. Now, I'm going to show you the Rapid Builder IUL illustration to show you what the competitive returns look like as, compared to the death benefit as well as the interest rates also and the cash surrender value. Here's that example. So here's a 55-year-old male, standard non-tobacco. We are using that waiver surrender option. We want to make it liquid, right? Product obviously is going to be the Rapid Builder. We're using CVAT. The premium you can see is $200,000. And we're going to specify the death benefit relevant to what that client needs. So in this case, it's just over $475,000, which is what they're asking for, okay? So obviously that would be taking that $200,000, you're already leveraging quite a bit of money for those heirs, right? Tax-free, generally. So the first thing we look at with life insurance is that death benefit. You're looking over $475,000, right? So on the far right-hand column, you can see that the death benefit is actually projected to grow. Well, it's doing that because the policy is heavily funded. The cash value accumulation test is requiring the death benefit to actually go up to accommodate that funding level. Now, again, since this is the client's smart money, they also have concerns about access to as much cash surrender value as possible. You can see on this illustration, there's 3 columns. So on the far left, that is the guaranteed column, guaranteed max charges, which obviously worst case scenario. And then what we have here is a minimum account value of 2.5. As far as I know, it is still the highest minimum account value in the industry. The second column, that's that middle column, it's labeled non-guaranteed alternate. That uses our current fixed account rate. If you want to, you can specify a lower rate, but just for this one, we just show the fixed one. And then that third section, that's that non-guaranteed performance or the hypothetical, which in this sample, we illustrated at 5%. Now, historically, the S&P 500, which we're using here, has actually returned quite a bit better than this, whether it's the last 5, 10, 15, 20, 40 years. But we're regulated, so we have to show a conservative rate. So with this one, we're showing 5. Again, big part of this is access to the funds. With that is overcoming a surrender charge concern. Here you can clearly see that waiver surrender charge option at work is that account value and then the surrender value show equal amounts. Really what that's going to do is going to help with one of the client's main goals of smart money, access to the funds if they need it. Now earlier I asked that question, what about limited exposure to loss as well as potential for cash value growth? Well, if you look at this, even under that worst case scenario, almost 95% of the client's premium paid would be accessible as surrender value for at least the first 10 years. And then if you look at the centered non-guaranteed alternate column, which again illustrated here at 3.5, that indicates that unless the COIs are changed, regardless of the interest rate performance, that surrender value would exceed the premium paid in this example for a lot of years. Again, third section, far right-hand side, obviously we're using 5%. That shows an example of the potential cash value growth along with the death benefit growth. Now, let's look at a few more items related to the hypothetical. Just want to remind you, this is CVAT. So this allows the policy to be funded at a level that might not be possible under guideline premium tests. So we're going to have a low initial face amount given the premium paid. Now, again, we need to make sure that death benefit is large enough to meet the client's needs, right? While balancing, what they want to retain for access to cash value and then that potential cash value growth too. Now, again, this is going to be a single premium. So it's going to be a modified endowment contract. So obviously the gains in the policy could be taxable if surrendered or distributions are taken. And then also distributions prior to age 59 and a half, they might result in some sort of tax penalty. Really not that much different than the tax treatment of an annuity. Now, remember though, the death benefit, they retain their tax advantage status even if it is a MEC. And then also we still have the critical, chronic, and terminal illness built into the Rapid Builder too. Just another thing to think about. So earlier I said this too. How about competitive performance? So this is what we call the internal rate of return report for that same illustration. You can actually build this with any of the illustrations you run at North American on our IULs. So the columns that you really want to look at are going to be the death benefit internal rate and then the surrender value internal rate. So in the short term, the client is likely most concerned about the internal rate of the death benefit. So what if death occurs in the near future? Then as the policy goes further along, the client's likely going to be looking to see if that cash value internal rate is competitive or meets their needs. This illustration, you're showing that competitive internal rate in the first 20 years. It's ranging anywhere from 4.63 to 4.71. But ultimately, at some point, the death benefit column will once again come into play. So as you can see, the death benefit is larger than the surrender value, and then you're going to demonstrate a larger internal rate. And of course, with that death benefit generally being income tax free, that number has even more value compared to a taxable return. So here's another variation of an illustration, just a different way of building it. So for the clients who are even more concerned about access to the cash surrender value, the death benefit can actually manually be reduced to a smaller amount. So here's an example. Death benefit is $300,000. The premium is $200,000. Now again, we are using CBAT. That causes that death benefit amount to increase immediately at issue. So if the guaranteed performance columns presented themselves as reality, that death benefit would be allowed to decrease. That reduction in death benefit in those poor performing years can result in the lower COIs than a level death benefit of $500,000 or more. So the cash surrender value can even be more compelling. Also in this example, we're showing a guaranteed return on premium for these 10 years. And if you look at that full illustration, the surrender value remains above $200,000 for 13 years. So you might want to dial down the death benefit to meet what the client wants for a surrender value in the guaranteed or the middle columns. Now, let's remember this too. The lower death benefit also impacts the target premium. So the target premium on the case is just over $4,000. So the one I showed you before where the death benefit was over $475, the target was over $6,500. That's $2,500 in target, which obviously is going to affect what you get paid as an agent as well. So remember that. The lower the death benefit, the lower the target and commissionable target too. So did the Rapid Builder IUL meet the client objectives? First thing, leaving a benefit for heirs. Yes, that's the purpose of life insurance. Does it really well. Access to funds. We demonstrated it has that significant cash surrender value access as well as the benefits of the critical, chronic, and terminal illness. Then we talked about competitive returns. The internal rate of return report gave us that great example of the potential returns that the client can get. Now, here's just a few tips and talking points that we have. MEC status. So, brought this up earlier. Since it's often funded as a single premium, likely it's going to become a MEC. So they need to be aware of the tax impact of this. A lot of the times this scares agents more than clients. Sometimes a MEC is a disadvantage, but sometimes it can actually be an okay thing. This concept, the MEC status, allows us to illustrate much better access to funds that aren't going to be eaten up with charges. Now, there might be some sort of taxable significance, but that needs to be balanced with the objectives that the clients are looking at. Also, with the Rapid Builder, we have something called systematic premium allocations. So with single premiums on a smart money sale, that means one index segment maturity date per year. Some clients, they want to spread out those index allocations. So that feature on the Rapid allows the client to put funds into the fixed account, and it automatically transfers funds to the index account, spreads out that index segment dates over the year. Another one is CVAT. Obviously, we know about this. It's a key way to gain access to the highest max cash value, having a minimal death benefit that still meets the client's needs. Now, when we're using CVAT, it allows those funding levels not possible under guideline premium tests. So when you're using CVAT, the illustrations that generally provide the most compelling result are those using the level death benefit option as well. Critical one here is going to be that waiver surrender option that we have on the Rapid. Again, like I said at the beginning of this, it's the only game in town. This provides that really good early access to cash value by eliminating the surrender charges for anything other than an outgoing 1035. So that waiver also includes a table shave feature where a client up to table 3 can receive the same as standard rates. So in that case study we saw earlier, standard rates, that would look the exact same for a client who would have been table 3 because of the table shave. So obviously that's something you want to remember and point out as well. Now here's the commission options when we have the Rapid Builder. We have 4 different commission options. A, traditional commission option. B is more of an asset trail, so it has a heaped amount at the beginning, but then there's an asset trail as years 2 through 15. Option C, that's a percentage of a premium, which really most annuity producers are familiar with something like this. There's no asset trails. They just get a percentage based on the premium that the client puts in. Option D, that is going to be more asset-based. You get a small percentage up front, but then you get trails the remainder of the time. So depending on, what you're looking for as an agent or advisor, we do give you 4 different options too. Now, I do want to remind you, if you didn't know this already, when you put the waiver surrender option on there, you could have the potential chargebacks on these as well. That's why we put those at the bottom. Now, to be honest with you, lately we've seen a lot of our agents and advisors who were writing this product and automatically putting the waiver on there. They aren't doing that anymore, because what that does is it actually takes off the chargebacks. It gives the client a little more of a death benefit. The liquidity is still really good, and the agent or advisor is going to make more money. Okay, so just a couple other things to think about. Now, think about how you want to show that middle or that non-guaranteed assumption. In the example I showed you earlier, I showed 2.5, which is our guaranteed interest rate over the life of the policy. You might want to choose to show something a little bit different than that. So that column, you can show 2% if you want. But realistically, most of the time, I will show that 2.5 because it is our minimum account value. Now, what if they don't like IUL? What you can do is just put it in the fixed account if you want to. And they're going to be happier with that than they probably would be if they're in like a CD or a money market, where they're definitely not getting that interest rate that they're going to be getting in the Rapid Builder. Plus, they're probably getting killed by inflation. So you can just put it in the fixed account, and over time, maybe they'll transition more into choosing index options. So don't forget about the sales concept kits that we have. So we do have the Smart Money Sales Concept Kit. You can either order it from North American with help from IAMS, or if you're licensed with North American, you can log on, go to our supplier warehouse, and get this entire kit. But at the bottom, this is where you can really get it. This is where our real value is our marketing materials microsite. You do not need a login or password to get in there, and you can get all of the PDFs to all of our products or our sales concepts. Basically, the only thing you can't do from the microsite is build an app or do illustrations. Okay? So I know I covered quite a bit of information on the Smart Money Sales Concept. What did we do? Define what smart money was, discuss the objectives that the clients had for the smart money concept, and then I gave you that option that you could use when presenting this to your clients. It's a very good, attractive smart money alternative to what they possibly have right now, whether it's in a CD or a money market or possibly even an annuity. So the bottom line is going to be this. the client gets death benefit protection, access to cash value, they get really good growth potential, and you as an agent or advisor, you get that great smart money alternative, especially to those people who have money sitting in the bank that they don't touch. They probably had it there for 15, 20, 30 years, again, earning next to nothing in interest, losing to inflation, and the only reason why is because nobody has ever showed them an alternative. And then also you get the great support and resources from North American and IAMS as well to help grow your business. Now, this is what I suggest you do immediately while it's still fresh in your mind. Call 3 clients that meet the criteria of the smart money sale, age 50 to 80, some need for death benefit. They have available smart money funds. And then what they're looking for is that cash value access. And secondly, don't wait to call. Again, while it's fresh in your mind, make sure you call them now. And then really when you're meeting with a client, what you want to do is you want to be able to illustrate these sort of things. So obviously what you're going to want to do is reach out to IAMS, specifically Tony, obviously, and you can use me as an extra resource as well. So if you need any help with that, again, reach out to Tony at IAMS, or you can even call me personally. Again, it's AJ at North American. I'm going to give you my number too. It's 701-433-6026. That's direct. You don't have to go through a switchboard. You're going to get me directly. I'm going to say it one more time. AJ at North American, 701-433-6026. Tony, do we have any questions out there?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
Okay. So let me switch this back real quick. So any questions at all? Let's see if we've got any. Doesn't look like we have any. So with that, if you'd like more information on the topic we discussed today, I've got a polling question here that I'm going to launch. And if you guys would like to get additional material, please answer. So it looks like we've got quite a few people that are asking for some additional information, so that's always good. I'll leave this open for a little bit longer.
And Tony, just to chime in real quick, I think
Sure.
that microsite that I showed, the link to that 2 or 3 slides ago, that is the critical one for any agent or advisor to have. Because again, it has everything that you would need, whether it's the marketing guides for the agent or advisor or all the consumer pieces as well. And there's even videos on there that are 2 or 3 minutes long that go over the concept. There's case studies. The most value comes from that microsite that we have in North American.
Okay, good to know. I'll make sure for those of you that are looking for additional information, I'll get that link out to you. And lastly, if you're looking to get contracted or appointed with North American through IAMS or any other carriers for that matter, I've got a polling question here for you. If you guys could just respond to that. I'm sure a lot of the agents I see that registered for this are already appointed, which is a good thing. So I'll leave this open for a few more seconds. Okay, we'll close that one out. And again, AJ, I want to thank you for sharing this information. And for those of you agents that attended this webinar, thank you again. I will be reaching out to you guys to see, again, if you have any additional questions, wanting additional information. I'll make sure to get that link out to you. Hope you guys have a great Friday. It's Monday. Okay, have a great Monday. And we'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye.
Appreciate the time, everybody. Have a great week.